Hey guys, Keaton with the BYOB Build Your Own Business podcast. Today I'm going to tell you a little story about how if I started my business this way, I would have been making $100K a year in less than 3 months. But things don't always go as you wish. So, when you're a kid and your parents take you to the restaurant and the waiter gives you like this paper and crayons, and maybe on the paper it had a maze on it. And if you're a kid, you're looking at the maze, you're like, oh, I got this. I can see the path that's going to take me to the finish line, and you get all cocky and all that. And then you would start drawing this line, and you'd hit a dead end. And then you'd be like, get frustrated and backtrack. And then you'd try another path, and then you'd hit another dead end. And then you'd backtrack again, and this process would repeat over and over and over again until you'd either give up, flip over the piece of paper, and start doodling on the other side. Or if you were like a badass 5-year-old, you would just keep going until you finished and got to the finish line. That's exactly how I felt when I started my social media management company. I wish I had all these things mapped out for me. I wish that if it was that maze, it already came with the answer drawn in. I wish I had like a mentor that would have told me like, hey, if you do this first, then you do this, then that, you're gonna be all set and ready to go. I wish I had someone that told me basically what I know now when I first started. It would have saved me so much frustration. I wish I didn't have to deal with failure after failure over and over and over again. I was hoping this would be something that I could make a lot of money doing, but running into roadblock after roadblock, it just became super discouraging. But if I did give up, that I wouldn't be able to give my family the life they deserve. I knew that I wouldn't feel like a success. So I just was like that badass 5-year-old, and I just kept trying things over and over again. I was really hoping this business would give me some time to spend with my family, because no one says on their deathbed that they wish they had more time to work, right? So what ended up happening with this business is I wasn't spending a bunch of time with my family and doing all the things I loved. I was spending so much time playing trial and error that I had less and less time to spend with my family. I tried to learn how to create graphics and content without anyone to teach me how to do it. I tried 100 ways to figure out what I was gonna offer my clients. I tried 100 different ways to figure out how I was gonna go out and even find those clients. I tried 100 other ways to figure out how much I should be charging these clients. And let me tell you, it is not fun when you tell someone that you're gonna do something for $100 and you need to go back to them and tell them, hey, I actually gotta charge like double or triple what I first said I was going to do. And I just kept trying things, and some of these things would work, but most of what I tried just did not work. And I'd have to go back to the drawing board. So I've been going at this for 8-9 months now, and I finally feel like I got some stuff figured out. If you do this over and over and over again, you actually do figure some stuff out. But it would have been a lot easier if someone just told me this. And then I had this this epiphany, right? I was like sitting at my desk, I'm frustrated, stressed out. I've got, my chest felt tight. And I had all these clients, and I had a million things on my to-do list. And I felt like I couldn't even breathe. I felt suffocated because I was so stretched thin. And then I had that epiphany. It was like this blessing and a curse, because there's nothing I could do about it now. But if I realized that if I just started this business doing these 3 or 4 things, then I'd be making like triple what I'm making right now and doing about 1/3 of the work that I'm doing right now. Whew. Now, this is the part you might want to listen up, take out a notebook, turn up the volume. I'm about to tell you exactly what those 3 things were. I'm about to tell you exactly how you could make $100,000 a year in less time than a semester of college. Like, raise your hand if you tell me you would I'd pay like $10,000 I'd pay like $50,000 if I could learn how to make $100,000 a year without in less than 12 weeks, in less than 3 months, in less than a 13-week college semester. I'd pay $50,000 to $100,000 to be able to learn that, because I knew I was going to go out and make $100,000 a year. I'm going to tell you that right now for free. I'm going to tell you the basic outline of it. So this is it. Ready? You got your pen and paper ready to go? If you charge your clients $400 a month to manage their social media, what I mean by clients is like any business whatsoever that knows they need to have social media but does not have the time to take care of it. If you did a great job for them and charged $400 a month to manage their social media, and you found 2 clients a week, not 50 clients, not 300, not even 10, 2 clients a week for 10 weeks that were willing to pay you that $400 a month. 10 times 2 is 800, times 10 weeks is $8,000 a month. Times 12 months, you're making $100,000 a year. You would be your own boss. You can decide when you work and when you're off. And if you're really good, you can get your work done ahead of time, and then you can take a vacation basically whenever you want. Now, I know. Pump the brakes. It sounds like way too good to be true, which it kind of is. There's more that goes along with it. It's obviously a lot easier said than done. You got to learn how to create content, create great content first of all, if you're going to charge someone $400 a month. You got to learn how to schedule the content, what apps to use, what apps not to use, and why, and all that good stuff. You got to learn how to write some captions. You might want to pick up some books and take some courses on learning how to do that. And then probably like the hardest part is you got to figure out how you're going to go out and find these clients that want your service. And then you got to sell them. You got to tell them like, hey, you should give me your money because I'm going to give you this much value. Then there's all this like technical stuff, right? You got to figure out how you're going to charge them. Are you going to do an online point of sale? There's all these like technical things you got to learn how to do, which is basically all the stuff that I learned in these past 8-9 months. And then on top of it, you have to go in and put all these pieces together if you learned how to do all that stuff. And on top of it, you got to put in the work, right? No one's going to just come and hand you and say, hey, I've been looking for someone to do my social media. Could you do it? And that's never going to happen. So you're going to have to go out and do the work. This is pretty much what I want to cover in today's episode. I'm definitely going to go into more detail and give the ins and outs of all these little things and how to find your first clients and all that in episodes to come. So I want to make sure that you go and subscribe and put on the post notifications so that you never miss an episode. I'm going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Keaton Nelson. It's Mr. Keaton Nelson. And I think that this could be super helpful for you. And I'm just giving away a whole bunch of free knowledge that was super painful for me to learn. It took months and months of trial and error. So I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'm still going to be posting tomorrow, so don't miss it. Talk to you soon.